What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. Now's a great time to subscribe. Now, of course, I'm jumping right into this video because what else would I do? Few of y'all, okay, and y'all know usually when influencers say we be saying a few, child, nobody asks, but no, genuinely, when I posted this video, well, a version of this video on TikTok, I essentially had a braided front, the exact same style that I'm about to get into today. Y'all were like, Chrissy, I love the fact that the half wigs are back. Some people were like, Chrissy, they never left. I got you. But this also sent me down a very long laundry list of comments and other videos that are also on TikTok, pretty much just stating that these half wigs are causing you guys to lose the hair, okay? Obviously, this is not a style that I ever want you guys to do. Any of the styles that I post, I don't want you to be losing hair, just because you're trying to look cute. No, that is literally never the goal. So I figured instead of trying to explain, the whole just take off the half wig every single night, don't wear this style for a week or two. I'm like, no, let's be real. Not everybody is trying to do their hair every single morning. And so let me get into a style that is absolutely going to get the job done without you having to overthink. Let's just be real, okay? Totally get it. The average person is not trying to wake up and have to go through the motions. Sometimes you literally just want to know that the style is what it is and kind of just move accordingly from there. Girl, if that is you, I got you. Don't worry. I'm actually going to be showing you a super beginner friendly style. I'm getting all choked up today because y'all, I've been ripping and running all day. Okay, I literally just got in from an event and I was like, there's no way I'm not going to get this completed because I'm just tired of seeing the comments. Yo, I have to give y'all an option. So every time I see that comment that's like, oh my God, but Chrissy, I'm losing hair from the half wig, or oh my God, Chrissy, listen, no worries. All right. We absolutely are jumping into a style that is going to ensure you should be able to wear this style for longer than a few days without creating a bald spot. Definitely, absolutely more than a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 4 weeks is my limit. Y'all know how I feel about that. But if you are a girl that's kind of just getting into some different style ideas, you could totally decide that you want to braid the front of your hair, no braids at all, totally up to you with how you want to install this. The most important thing here is healthy hair. Now, y'all know, I don't believe that you should ever start a style on hair that is not freshly washed, conditioned, thoroughly moisturized. Of course, all the products and things that I'll be using today will actually be listed in the video, available for you to just click, get straight to it. You don't have to think twice. Y'all know I'm a creature of habit. Mizani has been my go-to when it comes to protective styles and just anything that is really, really, really gotta make sure that my hair is hydrated, locked in. You also want to go in with some type of moisturizing oil as well. So as of lately, I've really been locking into the botana oil, but I think today I grabbed is it African Pride? If I'm not mistaken, it's a combination of a bunch of different oils, essentially like jojoba oil, argan oil, a little bit of coconut oil. It usually does the hair good. Just something to really seal in that moisture. You're really going to want to focus out on your ends because obviously that is usually the most vulnerable part of your hair. Now, once you figure out how you want to go ahead and get the front of your hair actually like styled, then we can kind of like focus on the back. For me, I already knew that I was going to be doing some zigzag parts. I wanted to avoid doing like a rubber band style. That is usually the go-to. When I say beginner friendly, it's literally because all you got to know how to do is a few parts and you don't even have to do those well. But as we know, rubber bands do cause breakage. They do cause damage, unnecessary tension, all the things that we do not want in our life. Let's just avoid them 1,000%. Okay. One thing that I am trying to do less is just put unnecessary tension on my hair if I don't have to, So obviously I'm still maintaining my trims, all that good stuff. Every single time that I cut my hair into a bob and I try to do the one layer, it just does not work for me. Obviously, because I am manipulating my hair constantly, just because it's me. At this point, I know that I want to be changing my hair every 1 to 2 weeks. I've also noticed that when I did a braided style, so I don't know if y'all know this, but for the entire month of December and January, I actually wore braids. It was not the same set of braids. It was 2 different sets of braids, and I experienced so much breakage. Oh my God. I believe that my hair was literally just suffocating. I'm convinced that's the only reason. Although my braids looked gorgeous. I mean, the braids look fresh week 2, week 3. I was like, dang, when am I ever going to really see some new growth? I mean, the braids were that neatly done, but this also means they were extremely tight. So tight that literally it took about 2 to 3 days before my head stopped hurting. Now, obviously, that is never normal, okay? When I braid my own hair, I am not braiding that tight. I also noticed that there was some breakage around my edges, and I'm like, is this why I stopped going to braiders to get my hair done? Like, yes, absolutely. When I tell you the girl did an immaculate job, like I wish I could go back, but I'm like, I don't know that my hair can just take that sacrifice. I will say I did see a lot of growth when I was wearing the individual, just like regular feed-in box braids, not the boho, the regular feed-ins. Those absolutely helped retain length for whatever reason. Well, obviously I was washing my hair, conditioning my hair in the braids. I chose to do cornrows. If you just think about a cornrow, obviously you are going to be snagging, pulling, tugging on your hair a lot more than maybe you're used to. Keep that in mind, especially if you are going to somebody that is doing this professionally. Baby, they're going to try to snatch every single hair. Listen, not every braider is made the same, so just keep that in mind when it comes to braided styles. I know that when I braid my own hair, it's not going to be as tight. It's going to be a little bit more loose and tight, especially when I'm braiding with nails. In my case, that is a great thing. I don't need my styles to last longer than 2 to 3 weeks because I know that I want to be able to shampoo, condition, moisturize, detangle, trim my ends, all that stuff in between. That is overly important to me. Now, the hair and all the details to everything that I'll be using today will be listed down in my description box below. Y'all know MYFIRSTWIG literally was probably the second hair company I ever worked with. I used to do a lot of videos for them with like ponytails, wigs, U parts, V parts. Literally, I have tested pretty much everything. So y'all should know this by now. If you are new here, you may not know. I don't spend a lot of time talking about the hair because we are here to focus on the style. We are here to focus on healthy hair, length retention, style ideas, hair inspiration. It is already assumed at this point that if the brand has made it to my channel, it is tested, tried, and true, okay? That is just a standard here. Obviously, I move with integrity. The hair, each and every single time, is going to give exactly what I needed to give, okay? Because this texture is one of my favorite textures, I was already overly excited to actually wet this down, see the way that it was going to move. Now, if you guys know anything about feather crochet, y'all know that it actually comes with a little piece of thread in between that makes it super easy for you to, number one, install, but also to ensure that you are not losing hair in crazy amounts. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see some of my other crochet videos where I literally was just crocheting in the bulk hair. Well, guess what? A lot of that hair would shed over time because, of course, unless I'm really sealing it with something like glue or really taking my time to install individual pieces of hair, eventually it's going to slip out. I do have about 2 videos like that. I still love those styles, but I had to put in probably about an extra bundle of hair in my head to kind of just make sure that any shed hair didn't look like it had shed, okay? We don't want super thin hair. For this style, I wanted something that looks a little bit more natural, a little bit on the softer side. I was undecided on if I really wanted to utilize the 4 braids going across the front. I wasn't completely sure if I wanted to just show the 2 braids because when I had been using or wearing the half wig with this exact same style, I ended up covering the 2 back crisscross braids with the half wig at some point. I think in the original video I didn't do that, but throughout the week I was like, let me pull this a little bit more forward and let me actually just put a faux little braid across the front. So if you guys didn't see that video on YouTube, it's because it was only posted on Instagram and TikTok. So I know a lot of people don't translate in the same way. Some people are YouTubers, they literally only watch videos on YouTube. They aren't really on Instagram. You're on Facebook. Well, guess what? Sometimes you're going to miss some things. So if you want to catch up with me 100% of the time, you are going to want to make sure that you are following me on Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, and also TikTok as well, because not every platform is made equal and not every piece of media makes it across all platforms. I try my best to do it, but it's not always guaranteed. So I just want y'all to know that, so you aren't feeling like, Chrissy, how come? You know, not that this is really how you sound, but anyway, as y'all can see, the style was super quick and easy. It literally took me 30 minutes for my braid down, took me another about 45 minutes to actually install the hair. I ended up having a whole other bundle left. Why on God's green earth did I not install it? Because I was being lazy, and I absolutely should have installed the rest of that bundle at the bottom of the hair, but I was considering the takedown. I didn't want to overcomplicate this, so I literally just bobby pinned the actual cornrows, crisscrossed them across itself, okay, bobby pinned those into place and started to crochet right over that. It's not that it took away from the style at all, but I realized it could have looked even thicker. But y'all, when I tell you the density was so freaking natural, I could not make this up. The only thing that I did to add a little bit more of a flare was I really wanted to make sure that everything was covered. I didn't want to spend any time trying to tease anything. I didn't want to have to crochet in more hair. I was just thinking, how could I make this under... I didn't want to do this style for longer than 2 hours, okay? I had you in mind. So I'm like, how can I get this done in the quickest way possible? What is that actually going to look like? What is that going to entail? So of course, I had the bright idea, just like I was doing with the half wig curly version of this. I chose to go in with just some Kanekalon hair, nothing in particular, okay? You could have even chosen to gather up some crochet pieces, literally from the bundle that I didn't use, and go ahead and literally just braid it down. And then I essentially just looped it across the front of my head, back and forth, pinned it into place. Obviously, once my hair was all wet down, literally with just water, I went ahead and diffused it with a blow dryer. I had to flip my hair upside down because I didn't want it to dry like heavy. Sometimes y'all will see I'll blow dry it or like diffuse the hair and it'll just be like all that like heavy length. Sometimes I'm going for that deeper wave look, but with this, I wanted it to really give that bouncy, full Burmese curly, okay? Whether you go in for an 18-inch, a 20-inch, either way, make sure that you have enough bundles. I would hate for you to start this style and then you're like, Chrissy, now what do I do? You know, that actually just kind of gets awkward. I don't want you to be in that position. The best rule of thumb when it comes to crochet is never stay in one spot for too long. I think I'm making this rule because I keep saying it over and over and over. I have made that beginner mistake early on in my crochet days. I would focus too much on like the bottom of the hair, the base, the sides, and then when it came to filling in the middle or across the area that needed to be covered, I'm looking a little shabby, okay? I would even recommend going literally across the area that you need to cover first, and then maybe crocheting in the hair around the bottom, the middle, the sides, and kind of just fill in as you go. That way you have an idea of how much hair you have and how much more you have to go. Super quick and easy, okay? I planned on having some little girl chit chat with y'all today, but I quickly realized that this style took a little bit more explaining to do, not because it's complicated, but because I really wanted you guys to understand what was going on here. I even threw on a lighter color jacket just so that you can really kind of see what's going on. Okay, I had some errands to run, of course. When am I not running errands at this point? Y'all, reminder that this gonna be my last dog, okay? But, well, first and last, but I feel like I'm constantly buying dog food. Like, what is even happening, okay? And also she's eating smoothies now, so child, I'm buying double the fruit. It's all the things. Like, no complaints. I love her, but you know, still, those are my errands lately. Anyway, I'm curious, how's your day going? Okay, I can't believe we are in April. What? May? Where are we, girl? I'm sick. I can't take it. At this point in time, it's giving, Can we restart to January? Okay. Time is freaking flying by. I have no clue how I got here, but anyway, in case you were lost and not really sure what to do with your hair, y'all know I am the place to go. And I hope this helps. A much more protective version of another style that I've already created that you guys love. So y'all know I'm here when you need me. Just call me, beat me when you want to reach me, okay? I love y'all so much. Stay pretty. And of course, you know, I will see you in my very next video. Bye, babies.